Pero
Good evening. We will start by 6:10. Please invite others so that they could join. Okay, so good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir.
good evening,
Okay,
sir.
so we would have our discussion today. Um, we will be discussing about victimology. Some sort of review from last time, and then we'll continue to the etymology of victimology, and then papunta na tayo sa theories of victimization. Okay, so I'll start with this document. Ayan. Um, More on victim precipitation ang victimology, which is a notion that is defined as basically, nasan yan? Okay. So, victim precipitation, it is more victim-centered approach in solving and understanding crimes and why individuals would become victims. Ayan. Because there are instances kasi during the commission of a crime na may sort of blaming na mangyayari. Yan. And there are instances na yung biniblame for the occurrence of a crime is not the offender, pero yung victim. Ayan. And how does victims contribute to their own victimization? Ano ba ang nagagawa ng mga ibang victims na nagkakaroon ng instances na sila ay nabibiktima ng mga tao or some sort of violation against their will? For example, um, yung issue or stance about sino bang dapat daw sisihin when females wearing certain kind of clothing would be somehow catcalled or kanang ginasungog-sungogan sa mga lalaki kanang mga babae na magsuot og sexy outfits. Ayan. Sa tingin nyo ba, ang kasalanan ba is nasa mga lalaki or sa mga nagkakantsawan or yung sa babaeng may suot na attractive attire? Anyone who could give their insight? Anyone? Walay mo hatag sa ilahang own viewpoint? Sayang ang puntos.
Sir,
Sino yon? Please raise your hand.
Adrian po, tungal po.
Okay. Yes.
Sa akong opinion, sir, kay ganing, both sila, sir, ang babae na nagasuot o ganang mga siksi-siksi o ganang mga lalaki na mga bastos, sir.
Yes, why
Kay,
do you say so?
kay dili man sila mabasto, ang mga babae, sir, dili mabastos kung dili sila magsuot-suot og mga siksi, anak. Tapos ang mga lalaki kay kanang napoy kanang behavior na manyak jud, manyakon na.
Okay. Thank you. Any other student who would like to share their opinion? Na ba? Anyone from the others?
Sir.
Okay, Mr. Ano sa apelyido nimo? Murag dili
Mahawan,
unique.
sir. Mahawan.
Okay, yes, Mr. Mawan, ano sa may opinion nimo?
For me, sir, kanang based yun na sa sir, sa pangununa sa lalaki. Nga bastos kay ang ununa. Kay naman po instances nga bisan pa og kanang like di ba nakabantay mo tong nag-viral na nga mongoloid na ay kanang naipagkagamay na sir ba kanang babae nga nasa
Careful
street.
tayo niyang term na mongoloid ha. Walang sakit na mongoloid ha. Careful tayo niyan. Okay.
Adili
Sige.
kanang naipagkaapan sir ba?
Okay.
Kay
Yes.
ato nga scene kay bisan og nay problema ang babae ba iha pong gilabtan. Katong nag-viral na
Oh, sige. Oh, I understand that situation. I've seen it. Okay.
basta
So,
tapos
what about that? Kinsa may
kanang
sa tan-aw
bisan pa
nimo?
bisan pa og kanang kining siksi kayong lalaki siya sa kung ay ang babae kung naalang joy tarong na kining behavior ang lalaki nga dili siya makakommit og kanang lain kayang no nga kanang like bastos kayo dili niya na mahilabta mga kuanan ng babae og kining sa tawag na dili niya makommit og bastos nga sir ba
Bastos na act.
oh
Okay, from that scenario katong gihatag nimo na example. Kinsa ba sa tan-aw or unsa bay rason sa tan-aw nimo ang naa sa katong biker nga nung gibuhat niya sa
siguro
babae?
kuan kayo yang gusto na jud kay siya nga kuan bito sir maka experience og like kanang kining like sexual behavior sir
Okay.
like kanang kuan na jud kay yang kuan sir ba kanang kuan na kay siya kanang kusunada na kay siya bisan naiapan nga ang babae nga wala gud sa tamang lugar ayang gibuhat.
Okay. Thank you. That's a good example for the subject and the topic. Ayan. So, in that situation, tong example ni Mr. Mawan, ang point of view ng criminologist or in the point of view of victimology is we try to understand kung bakit yung biniblame ng tao o yung biniblame sa crime at that example is yung lalaki, yung may gawa. While in other instances, merong mga individuals na magsisisi or somehow would blame it sa mental condition nung babae. Or either way, meron ring lalaki na kanang ginarape pod kanang ginarape ang lalaki by his fellow male. Now, for example, katong viral pud na video, katong isa ka lalaki siguro na murag gisitsitan siya sa isa ka LGBT sabay term ana member niya katugod tong sa viral video. I think you have seen that. Kitaan ba to ninyo? Kung nasuko ang pamilya sa lalaki nganong gibastos daw ilahang anak.
Yes, sir.
Katong ba nakitaan ba to ninyo?
Katong nasuko siya, sir, nga gisit mo ba na, sir, nga katong nasuko siya nga gisitsitan siya og kuan baby.
Gitawag siya baby mo to sir.
Mao to
Oo,
niya nagrambulan na tong sila tanan.
ilang pamilya.
Oh, yes. Yun. There are instances na actually hindi lang yan nababalitaan kasi ang media kasi they would like to really highlight the abuses of male. Yan ang isang bagay na hina-highlight nila pero sa totoong buhay hindi lang ang babae ang nagiging biktima. So in victimology, we try to understand why people would have that scapegoat or mangita jud sila og tao na ma-blame or even butang na i-blame in the commission of crimes. Ayan. So, during the 1980s, sumikat kasi itong grupo ng mga feminists. Ang paniniwala nila is that women are the most superior among the humans. More superior than males. Yan yung feminists. Ayan. Meron naman yung mga medyo conservative, yung mga sexists. Iba din silang grupo na ang kanilang point of view is equal lang male and female. Ayan. Pero mas sumisikat tong feminist dahil, of course, throughout the history of mankind, males were more dominant than females, physically and sa human history. So they also would like to start off that kind of victim precipitation. Kung asa, gina-blame sa mga feminists ang less opportunity sa babae ug ang natural na stand sa babae na hina daw or mahina and they should be lifted up, kinahanglan na inspiration sa ila para dili ma-victimize ang mga females. So it's still the same whether feminists or sexists, victim blaming gihapon. Even if ayaw nila i-blame ang mga victim, they could not hide the fact na at some crimes meron ding attributes na ginawa yung victim. Like for example, hostage taking. You familiar with that situation? Hostage taking. Pero yung mga hostages, mostly babae. Try to imagine na gusto sa mga hostage takers ang lahi nga part sa ilang gusto, which is ang pagpangawat. Ang hostage sila og mga employee sa bangko, tungod kay gusto niya mangawat og kwarta. But there is this natural tendency, kagaya yung ginawa ng biker sa isang pulubi, na pinapakita niya that human beings naturally are hedonistic. When I say hedonistic, kung natatandaan nyo sa Introduction to Criminology, it is more of the id or pleasure principle na kung saan human beings would like to avoid suffering, would like to avoid pain. Ug mangita sila pleasure or kanang ganahan sila. Katong kay biker, nakita niya siguro at that instance, gabi na, papauwi na ako. Pagod siya, so he would like to have a good time. That itself is part of hedonism, where one individual or a human being would rather have pleasure than suffer the pain. Pero wala na huna-huna sa mga tao that after that pleasure, they would suffer pain, whether they like it or not. Kana, di ba? Kapag siya, gipasakaan siya kaso, rape, na aggravated, pag yun na, kanang nisamot ang iyang Kaso tungod kay katong pulubi, presumably, is not on her right mind. Kumbaga, gi-take advantage niya ang condition o paghunahuna sa babae. So, back to the topics on that document. Whenever a crime occurs, meron talagang nangyayaring asymmetry. Ayan. In victimology, every victim would either be exploited, ma-take advantage, or ma-oppress, or being oppressed by people. They will be destroyed physically or psychologically, or, for example, bullying. Di ba? Kinsa ba sa inyo ang naka-experience na gibully mo? Na ba? Na ba sa inyo ang nabully na? It's okay, you can just raise your hand. Na ba sa inyo ang nabully na? Yan. Don't be shy because we would like to understand that po. Ngano na ubang tao na ganahan mo somehow, ang terma na is to oppress others. Kana. Ano ang uban? Somehow, kulatahon nila ilang mga asawa, mangulata sila glaing tao, just for simple reasons, di ba? May uban siguro na gusto yung mapakita na kuyaw jud sila. Just to satisfy. Again, hedonism. Kung unsay ganahan nila, mo na ilang buhaton. Even if other people would be offended, or even if other people would somehow get hurt, tungod kay gusto nila, ug ilang kaugalingon ra ang ilahang ginahuna-huna, it's part of hedonism. Ayan. So, in victimology also, it includes the experiences of victims. Lahat naman tao naka-experience ng pain or injury, loss or hardship. Lahat ng mga naging biktima, they would experience that, di ba? For example, I think everyone is a victim of COVID-19. Hindi yung quarantine, pero yung sakit. Kana. So, let me ask you a question. There's no right or wrong answer, Ani. Do you believe in the pandemic? Or naniniwala ba kayo sa COVID-19? Na ba'y wala gatuoan ng sakit? Anyone?
To, sir.
Okay, yes. Nga naman.
Kay, siyempre, makita mo na to sa balita god na dagan na kayo mga namatay, like pila na ka thousands of people nga namatay, sir. Pero for me lang po, sir, kay gisagulan po siguro nila nagkanang kuan sa bali sa tong government, sir ba. Bali na po sila kining dula nga gibuhat ba nga, like for instances na ginapataas nila ang case sa COVID para mahadlok ang tao. For me lang, sir, ang nana kong perception, sir.
Okay, thank you. We respect that point of view. Pero again, there will be people who would somehow question it also. For example, tong sa imo Mr. Mahawan, tong giingon nimo. What if na mangutana sa imuha, paano mo mapapatunayan yung mga accusations or sabihin natin yung mga paniniwala mo? 'Di ba? So, as a criminologist, and also to be individuals who are knowledgeable and somehow avoid being victimized, we must be prepared to have proof or ebidensya para sa toa. Ayan. Because, for example, mga victims, for example, victims of crimes, ayaw na ng mga biktima sa natural calamities. Kaning mga biktima sa krimen lang. The reason why they are being victimized, yan, as we would explain in the next few sessions, is that merong mga biktima na mahihina. those victims who are first, yung sinabi ko last time, depressive. They're clueless and careless. Kumbaga, dali ra sila mauto. Diba? For example, sa kapa, itong example ko last time, walay magpauto kung, or walay mang uto kung walay magpauto. The reason is, either they just go with the flow, they're easy on their lives, dili sila defensive, and at the same time, yung mga individuals na magte-take advantage sa kanila are somehow knowledgeable sa kanilang ginagawa. Yan. Kung depressive. Kanina po, kaning greedy type of individuals. Yan. I've explained this last time. Or greedy na victims. Dali sila mailad tungod na sila yung motivation na ang focus is only themselves. Ug ang ilang motivation is kung makuha nila tong gusto nila at makuha nila og dali, it would gain significantly for their lives. Kana, for example, itong sa kapa, explain na nako. Kanang mga nabiktima daw kunway sa kapa. In all honesty, it is not all kapa's fault. Dili na sala ni Father Joel tanan. Because for the basic fact and logic that dahil hindi nag-verify, hindi naging defensive yung mga nag-invest, hindi nila na double check or even triple check yung mga ginagawa nila. Tungod kay gusto nila dali nga kwarta. They easily became victims. They're not depressive, they're not wanton type, but they are greedy type victims. According to Hans von Hentig. Ayan. Sa greedy type, nahimo kang biktima tungod sa imo mga pamatasan. Kana. For example, yung mga nabibiktima ng theft or pagnanakaw, naiuban sa ila. Ha? Some instances that they are somehow one of the contributors of that offense. Even if they're the victim. Tungod kay ang ilang mga actions and even the motivations ng kanilang actions would easily make them exposed to different threats such as yung mga magnanakaw. Ayan. So, let me just switch this presentation. Switch lang nato kadali. We'll take a look at more on Hans von Hentig. Okay? So, ayan. Kita na ba ninyo? Klaro na ba?
Yes, sir, yes.
Okay. So, ayan. Murag ni sugod na pag-ulan diri. Ayan. Anyway, sa libro ni Hans von Hentig na The Criminal and His Victims, Studies in the Sociobiology of Crime. Yan. To sum it up, gi-highlight ni Hans von Hentig ang importansya nganong kinahanglan mahibaw-an sa mga investigators or even sa psychology at that time and now sa criminology, nganong kinahanglan nato mahibaw-an ang mga rason and the factors why certain individuals became victims of certain offenses or certain kinds of situations. Ayan. So, in total, meron siyang 13 categories originally na propose si Hans von Hentig. Ayan. First are the young. Ito, yung nakikita. I would highlight this. The young. Ayan. Na yung mga parents, especially if ka ng mga bata nila are below 7 years old. 7 years old and below. Yan. One wrong method of disciplining children is, for example, isa ka bata, 4 years old. 'Di ba? Kunya siguro out of curiosity, gikuha niya ang kanang mga balas. So, niya, gidala niya sa kwarto, gidala niya sa balay, sulod sa balay. And then, the parent, siguro, nasuko kay nangita pa yung kanang dumi ang bata, nag-inflict siya og physical punishment sa baby or sa 4 years old, which nasobrahan and then nagkaroon na ng injury sa bata. That itself is violence against women and children. Yan. Pero balik tayo sa situation. Bakit yung parent nasobrahan ng pagdisiplina sa bata? Hindi niya ba naisip na ang mga bata, especially at the age of 4, does not have the capability yet of knowing what is right and wrong? Di pa kabalo ang 4 years old. Unsay tama jud og mali. Because they are babies. They still want to know unsa man ning mga butang sa palibot. Kana. Nya ingnon pa jud sa ginikana na o man ni utok ning bataa. Nya giingnan sa 4 years old. Natural wa man jud na utok psychologically because it's still a baby. Developing pa ang katawan at utak at the same time gusto pa niya maintindihan yung mundo. Ayan. That's why they become victims commonly of abuses, especially yung mga ibang parents. Next, we also have another category under kay Hans von Hentig, itong mga females. Yan. So, just like my example earlier, females become victims because they're females. Biologically, ang females are physically weaker than men. Yan, hindi natin matatanggal yan. Pero when it comes to abilities, di ba? Kinsabay, okay, at least may babae dito. Matanong kita, Miss Betinol. Yan. Can you turn on your mic? Miss Betinol, can you hear me? Hello? Hello? Madunggan ba ko? Can anyone hear me?
Yes, sir. Madunggan,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, murag si Betinol wala na dunggan siguro. Anyway, mangutanan lang ko any one of you. Kabalo ba mo unsay kaya mabuhat sa babae na dili mabuhat sa lalaki? Anyone?
Mga anak, sir.
Okay. Yun. Actually, that is the most basic answer ng babae. Ayan. Ngayon naman, ano ba ang bagay na kayang gawin ng lalaki na hindi kayang gawin ng babae? Anyone? Ayun. Naay butang na pwede mabuhat sa lalaki na dili mabuhat sa babae. You want to know sang answer, ana?
Unsa daw, sir?
Mapabuntis, sir.
Ang babae, di man na kaya kung mangihi ang babae, di man jud nakatindog og ihi. Di ba? Gamitag arinola be. Ma-shoot ba din ng ihi nila? Di ba? Males can do it while standing. Females would have a hard time shooting it. Ayan. Pero, back to the main topic, the reason why females are being victimized, it's because there are males or even mga females ngayong panahon that would somehow be jealous or insecure sa ubang babae. To the point that other individuals na katong mga nasuya would do acts or mga actions na would somehow be tantamount to violations of crimes. Ayan. And of course, yung common na situation, lalaki na abuso yung babae, whether asawa ba na niya or anak or anyone, it's because ang lalaki at that instant, some males would think that they are very powerful compared to their women. To the point na abusuhan nila physically, which is morally and legally incorrect. Ayan. Sunod, itong next category, which is old people, or sabihin natin yung mga dual citizens, mga senior citizen. Okay. The reason, obviously, it's because old people does not have the strength or enough strength to defend themselves against any attacks to them physically or psychologically. Kana. You might not hear much in the news kung tanaw ba mo news. But in the United States, it's chaos sa ilang gobyerno. It's because their president has dementia. Kung asa, he will somehow immediately forget what he has said or done previously. Na, because of his old age. The same goes with older people na makita nato. Nganong ang ubang mga tao, for example, katong isa na pod ka video na nag-viral, wrestling niya sa dalan katong driver sa isa ka sakyanan. Diba? Katong isa ka motorcycle rider na KTM. Gibody slam ata to niya tong somehow older than him na lalaki. Because he thinks that he is more powerful than that person kasi matanda na at weak physically yung tao o yung matandang lalaki. That's why old people are commonly victims of such things. And others such as yung mga immigrants, mga depressed, yan, mentally defective or mentally deranged. Yan yung sa example kanina ni Mr. Mawan. Yan. Katong biker na kung gigamit niya tong pulubi. Ang pangutana, nganong gibuhat to niya? That is for common criminology. But in this subject, bakit yung biktima ay nabiktima ng biker? Ayan. Okay? So, next. Ayan, Benjamin Mendelssohn. Sa kanila, compared kay Hans von Hentig at kay Benjamin Mendelssohn, more writers or more criminologists link Benjamin Mendelssohn as the true father of victimology. Ayan. Kasi siya yung unang nag-coin ng term na victimology. Ayan. During the 1940s. Ayan. So itong si attorney Benjamin Mendelssohn, he was interested sa kanyang experience as a lawyer or criminal lawyer kung ano bang possible na relationships ang madedevelop between the victim and a criminal offender. So nag-conduct siya ng study and interviews and realized na may mga victims and offenders who are previously friends or kanang acquaintances sila. Kumbaga, kaila ang biktima sa offender. That's why there are some crimes na ang pinakamadali nilang ma-point or ma-blame are either the last persons na kasama ng biktima or katong mga mas close sa iya or may close na away sa biktima. Diba? So, yan yung naintindihan ni Benjamin Mendelssohn. And he classified further yung mga victims into his own classification. Ayan. So, let's take a look at those. Ayan. First, we have the completely innocent victim. Parehong-pareho doon kay Hans von Hentig. Yan. Dito naman kay Benjamin Mendelssohn, itong completely innocent victim is a victim who bears no responsibility at all for victimization. Yan. Yung sinabi ko na example kanina, bata na 4 years old, naging biktima ng pang-aabuso ng kanyang parents. Basically, the child, 4 years old, wa man jud na pangutok. Ingnan pa jud nimo, wa man kay utok. Natural. But in biological and criminological standpoint, that kid is completely innocent. Dahil hindi pa siya mature, hindi pa niya naintindihan yung nature ng tama at mali. He is innocent. Sunod, victim with minor guilt. A victim who is victimized due to ignorance. A victim who has inadvertently places himself or herself in harm's way. Ang best example, ana. For example, giraid sa police ang isa ka drug den. Of course, merong mga individuals na naaresto. But one of them, hindi siya user, hindi din siya pusher. Pero dahil kaibigan nila yung mga totoong involved, presumably, na-appeal po siya dakop, na-appeal po siya pailanog kaso. Wrong place at the wrong time. Ika nga. Yan. Victim with minor guilt. Wala siyang pagsisisi kasi wala naman siyang ginawang masama. But meron siyang isang maliit na decision na nagpabago, which is nung sumama siya doon sa lugar na yun together with his presumably friends na mga drug dealers at users pala. Victim with minor guilt. Next, victim as guilty offender or voluntary victim. Victim na na-judge responsibility sa nahitabo sa iya. Tungod kay gi-allow niya himself or herself na mabiktima siya. 'Di ba? For example, hindi naman sa lahat ng rape cases, but there are certain instances of violence against women or children na merong situation na ginusto nung biktima yung nangyari. Ay, okay lang sa ko kay naganahan daw siya. Again, hedonistic principles. Ganahan og lami, dili ganahag sakit. Kana. So they are considered victim as guilty as the offender, voluntary victims. Yan. Sunod naman, victim more guilty than the offender. Isang biktima na kanang gipaon niya ang offender or those who instigates or provokes his or her own victimization. Kana. For example, babae. Sabihin natin maganda siya pero may some sort of kanang pagiging hedonistic. Yung term nila na gold digger. Nabiktima niyang isang innocenteng mayaman. Sabihin natin, male. Yan. So nagkaroon ng pangyayari sa kanila that night. Siguro anong nakain ng female victim, nag-accuse siya sa lalaking mayaman ng rape. Even if sa totoo, meron silang kasunduan. So that itself, she claims herself as a victim, which in fact, she is also one of the main reasons why that circumstance occurred and why that kind of victimization occurred. Yan. Next, the most guilty victim o yung tinatawag nilang survivor's guilt. A victim who is victimized during the perpetration of a crime or as a result of a crime. Ayan. Biktima siya sa nangyaring krimen. Pero dahil siya yung natirang buhay na biktima, somehow masakit, sa sobrang sakit that she became guilty, she was alive. Diba? Or he was alive. For example, sa 44, Mamasapa no 2015, familiar ba mo ana? Nang nahitabo ato sa Mamasapa, no? Are you familiar with that?
Yes, sir.
I think some of you know na out of the whole, I think it is the 55th or I think 45th na Special Action Company, only one from that company o yung lone survivor nila ika nga. He said during his first interview after that incident na feeling niya yung pagkabuhay niya nagiging guilty siya kasi yung mga kasamahan niya, yung mga kaibigan niya namatay at siya na lang yung nabuhay. Even if he is one of those victims, buhay nga siya. Pero sa isip niya parang patay na siya dahil wala niya mga kaibigan niya at mga kasama niya. He became guilty, he was alive. Even if he is one of the victims. Yan. The most guilty victim or yung survivor's guilt na tinatawag nila. And the next, simulating or imaginary victim. Yan, maraming ganito ngayon. Lalaki o babae. In this kind of victim, according to Benjamin Mendelssohn, this person is a victim who is not victimized at all. Pero, gumagawa ng instances o mga situations formulated in her or his own mind na siya yung biktima. For example, mang-akusa ka ng isang tao na hinaharas ka. Even though nothing really happened or nothing that is tantamount na krimen ang nangyari. Di ba? Kanang ipakita nila na sila ang nabiktima even though sila yung totoong may sala. Are you familiar with that kind of incident? Familiar mo sa inganang mga tao? Pakita nila sa uban nga sila ang nabiktima, sila ang naagrabyado. Pero sa tinuod sila ang nagsimula. Nabayang ana? Nabayang ana mga students? Mga tao na magpaarong ingnong na biktima daw sila. Well, in fact, they just fabricated or gawa-gawa lang. Anyone who would like to have their own opinion? Na ba? Okay, murag wala. So, let's move forward. Another individual na may contribution sa early start ng victimology, itong si Stephen Schaeffer. In his book, The Victim and His Criminal, A Study in Functional Responsibility. Ayan. Let me just highlight it. Ayan. So, halos pare-pareho lang, parang pinagsama na niya yung mga studies ni Hans von Hentig at ni Benjamin Mendelssohn. Ayan. Kung saan mas specific at meron siyang dinagdag, which is victim typology. Ayan. Kumbaga, dinagdag niya yung mga victim types according sa mga studies ni Mendelssohn at ni von Hentig. So what you would see from the level of responsibility na ginawa niya, yan, nakikita niyo yan. For example, if victims on a certain crime are unrelated to each other, yan, it is more susceptible or mas duol siya na kung asa wala sila responsibility. Kana. Provocative victims or mga victims na dahil sa mga pinanggagawa nila na nakaprovoke sa actions, they share the responsibility or burden of that incident. For example, yung nakita ninyong video, gibody slam tong isa ka driver na medyo tigulang. Nya to nagbody slam kay medyo batanon. He is not the victim the moment he body slammed that driver. Because that itself is tantamount to a crime. Even if originally siya yung nabiktima. But because of his actions, just to prove that he's stronger, it provocated that man to throw the first punch. Kana. Mali sa older driver na siya ang nauna ni atake. But basically, the younger driver ng motorsiklo, siya ang nag-provocate or kanang nag-instigate. Gi-provoke niya ang driver na mo atake. Yan. So he's considered a provocative victim even if in the end part meron siyang ginawang offensive. Yan. Precipitative victims may some degree of responsibility. For example, yung lone survivor sa SAP 44. In his mind, he still considers himself as the lone survivor or having survivor's guilt. Sa tingin niya, meron siyang responsibilidad na hindi niya nagampanan at dahil hindi niya nagawa yon, buhay siya. Yan. And the others, yan, no responsibility or totally wala. Like biologically weak victims, socially weak victims, and political victims. Pero dito sa political victims, especially in the current state of our planet or yung current society natin, may iba na magsasabing biktima sila politically. But it will be verified and was proven that they themselves provocated the incident. Ayan. Pero kung totoo talaga na political victim sila, they would have no responsibility of that incident because they will be purely victims. Pero yung sinabi ko kanina, self-victimizers o yung mga nagpapakita lang sa tao na biktima sila kahit sila yung pasimuno, they would have the total responsibility for that incident. Ayan. Okay? So, back to the module. Ayan. Please do not forget, yung etymology ng victimology originated from the Latin word victima, which, yan, in toto, victim ang ibig sabihin. Yan. And then, when we combine victima and logos, yan, victima, victim. Logos means system of knowledge or a study or a teaching. Yan. So, itong i-combine na nila, victimology. Yan. Okay? Questions? Questions? Before I proceed shortly? Anyone? Nabay questions?
Wala po,
Wala,
sir.
Okay, so I still have 5 minutes. Let's proceed to the theories of victimization. Ayan. So, na ako'y videos na di-post. Yan. Recent lang, ngayong, I think yesterday ko lang to na-post. Yan. Theories of victimization. Napakarami nito. Actually, it's more than the PPT, more than the module. Yan. So, let me just share the tab. Mao nitong view sa LMS. Let me just, yan. Okay? So, yan. I think you can hear the audio. Let's proceed with the first theory in a short while. Yan. Madunggan man ang audio, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we have the first 4 theories of victimization. First is yung victim precipitation theory, may lifestyle theory, deviant place theory, at routine activities theory. This was discussed previously sa inyo sa 111. Okay, so let's go on to them. Ayan, victim precipitation theory. It assumes na yung mga biktima ang nag-provoke sa mga kriminal or nag-trigger sa mga kriminal or nag-trigger sa mga offenders for their offensive acts. Yan. Kumbaga, yung victim ang nag-i-initiate ng confrontation. Kung asa ang confrontation or yung hindi pagkakaintindihan with the victim and the offender would eventually lead to a violation of law. Yan. Also, in victim precipitation, meron siyang dalawang subtypes or yung dalawang classes, which is passive or active victim precipitation. Okay, so active precipitation under victim precipitation occurs when the victim is the first to attack or encourages the criminal by their actions. Familiar ba mo atong gibody slam na driver? Itong nag-viral po na video recently? Familiar ba mo ato?
Dili po, sir.
Uy, nako, sige, pakita ko na lang yun. Medyo mag-extend tayo ng 5 minutes. Kita na ko tong video. Yan. Naman to dire. Let me just search for that video. Parang hindi yun makita dito. But since it is on Facebook, nagkaroon siya ng gitgitan sa traffic and then yung younger na driver ng motor, minumura yung older driver ng sasakyan and to the point na binabaan siya ng driver ng sasakyan at yung driver ng sasakyan ang unang naglabas ng suntok. Ayan. Yung driver ng motor will be considered a victim. Yan. Kasi siya yung unang naging biktima ng traffic incident. Pero dahil siya ang nag-provoke or nag-encourage sa older driver ng sasakyan na manuntok, then that is active precipitation. Yan. Yan. Siya yung naging some sort of nag-instigate. Okay? Yan, other examples as what you are seeing there. Yan. When we say passive precipitation naman, it can either occur due to personal conflict or kung ang biktima hindi alam na tinetrete na niya or napoprovoke na niya yung attacker. Kumbaga, sa bullying, for example, ginabully ni person A si person B tungod kay siguro pangit siya or gamay or wala jud. To the point na yung kanyang pagbully is sobra na. And si person A yung nambully was attacked by person B. Ayan. Si person B yung naging biktima ng bully. Si person A yung nagsimula ng bully. Pero dahil na-provoke niya yung si person B, natanggap ni person A yung suntok ni person B. Yan. So it explains multiple victimizations kung saan the victim and offender label could be interchanged. Ayan. At kung palaging nabubuli ang isang tao, of course, lahat ng tao napupuno rin. To the point that they might resort to physical attacks against sa mga nambuli sa ilaha. Kung continuous na, they might always resort to violence, which could land them a time in jail. Okay, we have examples. Yan. Hate crimes, yung nagsisimula naman ngayon sa United States. Yan. For example, certain Americans would like to bully Black Americans tungod kay itom sila. That itself is part of passive precipitation or passive victimization. Yan. Yung mga tinatawag na hate crimes. Yan, or yung medyo malapit sa kultura ng Pilipino, unfortunately, yung tinatawag na crab mentality. Yan, yung mga utak talangka. Kung asang isa ka employee, sabihin natin na-promote siya while yung kanyang kasamaan hindi na-promote. So, ang ginawa nung employee na hindi na-promote, gitira niya physically itong employee na na-promote. That itself is already a criminal offense itself. That itself is an example of passive victimization. Okay? So, other theories, I would explain it. Yan. Itong portion na ito, I will discuss this tomorrow. Yan. So, that ends our discussion today. Before we formally end, are there any questions, reactions, or suggestions? Naabay pangutana, reklamo, or suggestion? Naabay mga questions, guys.
Question lang, sir.
Yes.
Kung maka-effect ba siya sa cases, sir, tayo sa court sa case na sa kaklase na biktima, like passive precipitation ba ka or active? Maka-effect ba siya,
Yan,
sir? Like,
good question. That's a good question. Kung maka-apekto ba sa judgment siguro ni judge during trial kung unsay classification sa mga individuals. Well, yes. Pero ang key factor man gud ana sa court proceedings is kailangan yung mga impormasyon na magiging exhibited as evidence sa korte kinahanglan detalyado para mahibaw-an sa korte kung kinsa ba jud ang nagsugod, kinsa ang biktima na tinuod o kinsa ang offender na tinuod. Kana. So as a criminologist and soon to be law enforcers, it is very important na sa investigation, yung impormasyon na nakalap, hindi yung sasabi-sabi lamang. It must be validated and must be exact and accurate. Para pag ipresenta na ang ebidensya sa korte, may bawaan kung kinsa jud ang culprit. May bawaan kung kinsa ang victim. Regardless kung passive or active ba na siya or unsa ba ng classification sa victim. But the main factor is to get information with credible sources, verify those information, and at the same time, prove in the court of law kung kinsa ang naisala. At katong biktima would really have justice. Kay mas maayo kung wala tay mapakulong kaysa naman nay inosente na makulong. Okay? Yan yung perception natin dapat. Mas mabuting walang inosente na makukulong dahil sa maling accusation, maling judgment. Okay? So, I think that answers your question. Any other question before we end this session?
Thank you, sir.
Wala na ipangutana? Ayan, naka-attendance na ako sa mga naka-attend ngayon. Ayan, wala na question? Kaya mag-leave na ta.
Wala na po, sir.
Okay, so I think that is all for this evening. Medyo maulan na naman. Thank you for joining. Thank you for listening. Thank you for participating. So,
Orasan pa, sir.
Ugma, maura gyapon, 6 to 7. Yan. So, 6 to 7 gyapon, ugma. Okay?
Sir, thank you,
So,
sir.
okay? Ano to? Ano to? Okay,
Thank you, sir.
yan. So, that ends our discussion. Thank you for joining. And stay safe. God bless. And have a good evening sa inyong tanan.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.